Alright guys, welcome back to the Pikmin Let's Play. Today we are going to finish getting the parts in Distant Spring. It's going to be super quick because there's only the one part that's right next to our ship, and then the boss fight with the armored cannon beetle, which we already saw in the previous level.
I'm excited to see how that goes down.
It's going to be pretty fun. It's actually a pretty smooth fight if I remember right.
Yeah, so. This is going to be a nice, gentle day.
Smooth like a cool beetle's shell.
Yes. That's why your Pikmin can't attack him.
Ooh!
Yeah, it works.
Spoilers, but the ones that kind of get me excited.
Well, I mean, you already saw me do that in the last map that I found that guy in.
Kinda.
Gotta show some Pikmin up his gun hole.
Wow.
So, I'm assuming this right here is the hardest part of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, you nailed it.
Can you walk me through it? It looks a little overwhelming.
So I surrounded the part with reds.
Alright.
And then they automatically picked it up and carried it to my ship.
Okay, but hang on. How did they get to the ship, though?
They moved it with their legs. And
How does the pathing work out on that?
Well, see, we had to bake a nav mesh, and that took like 5 hours.
You ruined it.
This might have been before nav meshes?
No one knows what a nav mesh is. No one knows what baking is. But in seriousness, what does this part do? Like, give me the...
It's a UV lamp.
I'm not asking you.
Yeah, no, it's a UV lamp, so he uses it for tanning sometime. Like it.
I kind of wish you gave literally the exact same answer.
Why do I have yellows? I don't remember why I pulled out yellows. I remember why I pulled out yellows. There's a big yellow pellet that I want them to carry.
I love rubbing the Pikmin on grass, by the way.
So that's actually like the most annoying thing about playing the Wii version is to do the what's the word I'm looking for?
What throw?
I call it charge, but it's where you're like, go this direction. Whenever the arrows show up.
The speed ones thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the GameCube one, that's just...
That's the C stick. Yeah, but on the Wii version, to do that, you have to hold down on the directional pad. And if you've ever held down on a Wiimote's directional pad...
Yeah, I can see that being less than ideal.
Yeah, so the camera controls are left and right on the directional pad. So whenever I do it, you see the camera, like, zoom in and out really rapidly.
So,
that's because it's
as opposed to the GameCube charge, it's more like a charge.
Yeah. They go this way, but oh god, the camera's rotating and zooming.
I take care of the house while the master's away.
What?
Don't worry about it.
I'm concerned.
It's a movie reference. It's funny. Trust me.
Okay.
It's, shit. Motherfucking Manos, the Hands of Fate.
Oh, okay. Really
Just the
reference.
really stuttering... Never mind. Move on.
I'm still
Brady,
concerned.
what are you doing?
If Myth is being racist, let us know in the comments.
I actually know what he's referencing now, and it's mostly, like, not helpful in it.
Oh, okay. Cool. So, yeah, I know today is going to be a slow day because I know exactly what I got to do, and we already took care of the tedious parts, so I'm just farming Pikmin.
So actually, I guess now is the time to make your Monos references.
Yeah.
Also, apparently, I'm drunk. I don't know if that hiccup got picked up on mic. Oh my god, see, now when we're doing 2, when it gets, like, more sort of detail intensive with like 5 different things to keep up with, I definitely should just have a bottle of vodka on me. Just so that it gets really hard to explain things to me. Like, you two don't get to drink, just me.
Right. I'm actually... So we're already kind of thinking like how we want to handle the rest of the series. Or the franchise, I guess.
Right.
And I think we're going to do 2 live commentary. Like, we're going to record it at the same time I'm getting gameplay. Just because, due to the underground network system in that game, there is no consistent day cycle, so it's not as easy to be like, we're just going to record this day.
Right. Okay.
And here you can see a ball bear just eating a shit ton of Pikmin.
How many was a shit ton?
2 left were like,
6.
woo! I just want to slap that ass. I'm like, no, please God.
Yeah, I was going to like charge into him calmly, and then 2 reds were just like, oh, there's an enemy here, let's touch it. And I'm like, no.
What?
Just no.
Dude, you got 5 of your friends killed.
It felt neat, though.
Yeah, so like this grass patch was put there to annoy you, like so you cannot easily charge this ball bear.
Was it not there in the GameCube version?
No, it is. It's just like, let's piss Brady off, the video game.
There's another 5.
Yeah, as soon as he ate those guys, I was like, I need to call them off.
This is my flame high in art.
Yeah, like, look at him. We're already down 30 Pikmin.
Jesus.
Yeah, they mow through these guys.
No no response to the Hyenard joke, really? I'm disappointed.
Sorry, burn to the ground.
No, it's way too late.
Oh, I was gonna say, what's
If I kill you, maybe the pain will stop.
It's still too late.
So
It's getting later.
I remember when I was running over here to,
Try formation.
when I was running over here and I saw my home base and I just saw all of those red ceilings fly out of the onion, and I was just like, today is the worst day. It's the darkest day in history because I have to pick all these guys. You always want 100 Pikmin in the field so you never have to spend time doing this. Because it's so boring. It takes so much time.
Darkest timeline.
I keep panicking when I see the corpses.
God.
They should always be sideways. Actually,
Or like upside down or legs up.
Can monsters come into this area, or is there kind of like a passive zone?
There is an answer for that, and you'll see it at the end of the day.
Of this day.
Of today.
Ooh!
Yeah.
Is it the part where you get really angry?
I wouldn't say I was angry, I just kind of accepted that this was what was going to happen.
I accept my fate.
Pretty much.
Your hands of fate?
Yeah. Manos is Spanish for hands.
So it's hands. The hands of fate.
Yes. He has a quote that's just giant red hands.
I am so lost about
It's
what you guys
like
talking
a C movie that everybody... Like, it's one of the worst movies ever made.
about.
But MST3K made it really popular.
Ah.
And like throughout that episode, like the host is wearing a cloak with giant feet on it. Making fun of the hands.
That's awesome.
Okay. That sounds pretty magic. So I'm pretty sure now is when I'm just like, alright, let's go fight this guy and get this over with.
Okay, so back to like...
Serious talk.
Yeah.
Serious, quote unquote. No, I'm just like, alright.
Well, no, it's
That
like a
guy's
thing.
no noise. It's serious time for
Right.
me.
Oh, God.
So,
So,
these bridges are pretty bad. I mentioned it in the last level how reds can just get caught underneath them. You can see those
I
reds,
can.
like,
Is there any way to kind of like compress them in? Like
in the
tight formation?
in the GameCube version, it's easier with the charge and the C-stick. You can't really do that in this one. So you just kind of learn to take smaller batches, but I want to fight this guy, and I'm already sick of him.
As like one of them falls down.
Yeah.
It's okay, little one. That just means you're safe.
All right. So
Walk me through this. What are you doing?
So I throw a Pikmin and it gets sucked in as he's getting ready to blow out a boulder, and then he has to like blow his nose, and that causes his back to open up, and that's his weak spot. That's
It's like venting.
Yeah. I'm going to assume that because it's red and steaming, that means that only the red Pikmin can hit it without taking damage?
No, you can actually use other Pikmin on there too, which I would agree. I think it'd be cool if it was a red only thing, but that's what it was. And then for some reason, he just like refuses to look at me, so I can throw another Pikmin into his.
That's how it's going to be then. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brady gets trolled by...
Oh, there we go.
that
So he
sort
does
of
take
shit.
out quite a few right there. He
God, I
he
thought that was gonna
can
be-
wipe out 100 in one rock.
Oh, yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, so there's no limit on what happens
I
with him.
got a plushie of it.
I think they actually made some. I think.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna have to
god!
find that.
So here's the bowsprit. This is actually kind of interesting because it shows that Almar is actually maybe a little bit more than just a delivery guy, because he designed the bowsprit himself. So he at least has some engineering
Kind of
background.
blew through the text on it. What did it actually say?
He just says this is the sleek face of the dolphin.
So,
It's the round tappy bit.
Yeah, it's literally the top.
oh,
It's like the mermaid sculpture on old ships.
except it's just a nose cone.
Yeah.
That's the figurehead, Brady.
Well, yeah, you're right. Okay, fine. It's the wood spear in front of that.
yeah.
Yeah. I knew. It was actual.
You were on the right track, yeah. I didn't know what a bowsprit was either, so...
I need a figurehead for the dolphin of just a Pikmin bearing its chest.
It's a blue with like seashells on it. Oh, jeez. So I can't remember if I give the armored beetle's corpse to the reds or not.
You have earned this blood sacrifice, little one.
Yeah, well, it's worth a lot of
I believe
seeds,
that.
so I'm trying to think if I give it to them or if I give it to someone else.
I think you're going for the reds.
We give it to the blues.
More blues.
Like, by the end of this, you just have way too goddamn many blues, Brady.
That's why I made the joke, because you keep talking about it.
It's okay, it all works out in the end.
We're doing a Pikmin blue-only run?
God, I wish. Actually, the funny thing is when I was a kid, the hardest color to keep around was blue. I always lost my blues. So it's funny that now I just have this huge surplus of blues.
You always blew it?
Ah! Ugh. Oh! Ugh. Ugh.
I can feel how bitter the inside of your mouth must taste from that. Also, you were walking past some water, and I think it had, algae in it or something. I thought it was a cluster of drowning yellows. Guys.
It probably was.
Come on.
That's face down to this. Come on, guys.
No, exactly. Just like...
I want to say one of the day recordings, the yellows kept dive bombing into the water, and I'm just like, please, stop. But
why?
It was nearby. Oh, that's what it was. I would, dismiss the Pikmin so they would separate into their groups, and the yellows would just be like,
you mentioned that.
let's go into the water, yeah.
Question.
Yes.
And obviously it's just gameplay, but, is there any kind of, science-y Olimar explanation for why things are really big and need to be carried and then they get really tiny when they go into the ship? Or,
No.
at least a different size occasionally?
No, not really. I think it's just so you can really tell that it's a part. I guess I can give it to the yellows. Or I give it to the reds.
Very obviously just gameplay mechanics stuff.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't surprise me if that was a thing. Now I'm going to send it through the pocket dimension, or something like that. Or I guess it's Pikmin, so it'd be the zip-zappy zone.
Yeah. The Furgerfop, Biddlebops.
The Wiggy Zone net.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure this is the point where I go, oh, there's something in this level I haven't shown anyone yet. Let's get ready for that. So this particular level has a optional boss that is only around pre-day 13.
15.
15. I thought it was 13, but... so it's called the Smoky Prog, and it lives in this egg over here. And this egg is super temperamental. Sometimes you just have to get close to it and it hatches. So I run up to it, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to beat the crap out of it, and then it doesn't hatch. And I was like, oh, it must take a Pikmin. So I run back to get some blues.
I'm excited for wherever this is going.
Meanwhile, off-screen, the Smoky Prog has hatched.
Yeah, that's kind of what I expected.
So the Smoky Prog specifically hunts down your launch site and attacks the onions. He doesn't do damage to the onions, but he attacks around the onions.
I think I can hear it coming, too.
Probably. I would not be surprised.
This is him pulling out his one blue.
Yeah, I'm pulling out my one blue so I can carry it over there and fight this guy, and I'm pretty sure I turn the camera and go, oh, he's here! Oh, this is the end. Because there is no good way to fight the Smoky Frog. People can say, oh, the strategy is, you just throw him at his face. You just throw him at his face, but you can't just throw him at his face because... see that trail of clouds behind him?
I imagine it's an instant...
It is instant death. So if you miss your throw, they land in the tail and it kills them. I've already lost 4 Pikmin. He hasn't even done an attack yet.
I like that right before this, too, there was just a gentle sigh of one of the Pikmin, everything's gonna be...
Ghidorah, no!
So, when he does this, roar attack and you see the waves all around him, that actually uproots any planted Pikmin around him.
Huh.
So if you weren't
We lost half our Pikmin.
Yeah, if you weren't at the base and he showed up and he did that roar, any planted Pikmin would be pulled out and then die in his miasma. So, he is...
I'm glad I gave you the miasma.
Yeah, he's really bad.
I like his design a lot, too. It's the first really sinister-looking thing we've seen.
Yeah.
What's the story behind him?
So, the story is he's a malformed Malmuta, pupil, which Malmuta is another optional boss we'll see later.
Okay.
Well, I don't have footage of him yet. We're going to have to record that, but I'll show it to you eventually.
Yeah.
So that's what they say. He does not look anything like a Malmuta at all.
Well, yeah, because he's malformed, Brady.
But
if you ask me, I think he's more likely related to the Wraith family, which shows up in 2 and later.
Okay.
And it's kind of this interesting ongoing plot where the Wraiths are obsessed with Captain Almar, and you don't really know why. Like, it's never specific, but like, this is the only enemy that comes to your launch site and attacks the onions and your ship.
Alright, so we lost a fuck ton of dudes today, but he leaves behind a thing that gives you a fuck ton of dudes back.
Yeah, so he drops a black
And
pearl.
our dudes are running the complete wrong way.
Yeah, but he drops a black pearl, and that gives you 100 Pikmin.
Oh, shit, okay.
But I didn't get it. It went into the onion. I didn't get it.
That's really frustrating.
Yeah. So that's an example of
I'm assuming it doesn't stay there if you come back.
we checked the next day, it's gone. And there were no sprouts in the ground, because I know people are going to be like, you should just come back the next day and pull the sprouts out. There were no sprouts. Like, it just didn't count, and it was
That's
gone.
really kind of dumb. I'm
Yeah.
actually a little upset that the game isn't like, okay, it's in the cone, it's safe.
Yeah.
It's like, come on. Like, come the fuck on.
I mean, to be fair, no other carcasses stay around overnight. Like, all carcasses are gone the next day.
Well, no, like, not stick around. Like, just, it touched the cone, you have them.
Yeah.
Not come back for them another time.
Yeah.
But
I think my reasoning was it should have at least, the sprout should have been there.
right.
So,
Do sprouts stay if you leave and come back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
and
you're
they're
like safe
flower
underground basically.
overnight.
Oh, that's nice.
yeah. And then this is Almar just talking about stuff that we already know.
Yeah.
You know, it would have been great if he talked about the horrible thing that attacked the base that day, but this is fine. This is great. Because there is specific... Yeah, look at the red drop-off
Oh,
there.
yeah.
So,
This
this was...
was lost, though. Wait.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. So, I mean, today was a good day, and I'm glad I got to show you him, and
Yeah.
we're not... we're not hurting.
Yeah, I'm also honestly kind of glad that I got to see something catastrophic like that happen,
Yeah.
because I feel like it's a big part of it, and also it suits the monster. That's genuinely the most fascinated I've been with the game so far.
Yeah.
Like, hearing that little backstory thing is like, oh, okay, I'm kind of into it now.
Yeah, once we get into Pikmin 2 and 3 and you see the actual Wraith families, that'll make more sense to you, and I think it works better.
That's cool.
So,
I've got it to look forward to.
day 9, we're finishing at day 10, so tomorrow is just the one part at the impact site, and this site has become like a treasure trove for Pikmin seeds and pellets. So,
Nice.
we'll see you guys in the next episode. We're going to recover our numbers. Later!